So guys, I did the vaginal bolus, and if you missed my little short that I did, I made a vaginal bolus that was made to be inserted into my vagina, and it had a lot of female herbs, what I like to call them, that was mixed into coconut powder. If you want a video on how I made it, I could definitely do that and what herbs I used or whatever. But it was like a little ball size, and I inserted it, and with the cocoa butter it melts very quickly due to your like body temperature. So I got it all the way up there. Like, I don't know why I was doing this with my finger. But I got it all the way up there because I really wanted it to get close to my cervix. So I inserted the vaginal bolus, and I have to admit, like, it felt good. It wasn't really cold, but I could feel that there was something there. But it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is cold, like a piece of ice getting stuck down your throat or something. Like, you know, something is there and you feel it cold. It wasn't like that. I just knew something was there. And it slowly fainted away. I made sure I wear like underwear that were like, I consider, you know, cycle underwear, period underwear. I had those on. They, you could wear a pad, but if I don't have to wear a pad or a tampon or anything like that, I would prefer not to. You can wear those underwear that are like period panties that are actually made to wear when your cycle is on if you wanted to. But I found with like the regular underwear that you would typically use for period panties, they work just fine. The oil did not like soak on my cover or my sheets or anything, so it wasn't that much. Now it does depend on how many like you make and you insert, but what I used wasn't that big. So, you know, it felt good. It felt good. I did feel it kind of like leaking out at night, but it wasn't a lot. I did kind of like put a pillow underneath my back so that my pelvis would be tilted so that a lot of that oil would seep down to my uterus. So I was kind of like slanted for a little bit. And then when I really wanted to get comfortable and go to sleep, I just removed the pillow and went to sleep. Now, the next day I woke up, I used the restroom, and obviously some came out. So, you know, you have to take a shower. I took my shower, but before I did that, I made a douche, of an herbal douche. And it's so crazy that I made this a long time ago and I don't even remember everything that's in it. So if you want me to do a video on how to make your own a vaginal douche, herbal vaginal douche, I could definitely do that, because when I smelled it, there were some very distinct smells, and I know which herbs those were, but I could easily tell. So I know I could make it again. So I steeped those herbs, and then I put it into a little dish, and I wanted it to be warm, right? Because I wanted it to be able to really flush out the oil from the coconut butter that I used to make the vaginal bolus. So I inserted it, did the dish. I did it like 3 or 4 times because I kind of liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked the warmth of it, and I like the flushing part. With the herbs that I chose, it did have a pleasurable scent, a pleasurable fragrance, so it did smell good. I enjoyed it. I think this is something that I'm probably going to do probably every month. And obviously if you're dealing with like issues of the vagina, like you're dealing with BV infections, or you're sleeping around with somebody who's cheating, right, and they're your balance, your flora is like kind of off, then obviously you probably would want to do this a little bit more. But for me, unfortunately, well, fortunately, I don't have that problem. So I think once after my cycle goes off, I can cleanse because it felt really good. Like I enjoyed it. I want to do it again. I do have kind of like an addictive personality, but I want to do it again. It was really warm and I just felt so clean. I don't know. I felt really good down there. So I had a great experience. I think I'm gonna do videos explaining exactly how I made the vaginal bolus, as well as the herbal dish, because the ones that you get from men's store, anytime something is mass produced, I'm kind of iffy with it. I get kind of like, they use cheaper products. They don't really care. It's about the buck. It's capitalism. So that comes into play. And anytime I think about capitalism, I think about you really don't care about the people. You care about the buck. And that's okay for some people, but as a consumer, who's a conscious consumer, I'm just kind of like, I don't think I want to go that route. But so all in all, the vaginal bolus and the herbal dish was a 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Okay, you guys have got to make it. You got to try it. I think you'll be surprised, and I think you'll enjoy it just as much as I did. So yeah.